Tigers bat in the top of the 9th inning against the Oakland closer, Houston Street. Street pitched in all 3 games in the division series sweep of Minnesota. He told Chris Myers before the game he definitely felt like he had to get in this game tonight. He didn't want to go 6 days since pitching in a game, including an off day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good move by Ken Maka here to get his closer into the ball game and keeping him relatively sharp.
I think that's one of the things that you don't really think about in the playoffs all that much. And we talked about that in yesterday's ball game. The fact that if you do get good pitching performances from your starters, not going to use your pen as much, or some guys won't get it used as much. You have your 4th starter or 5th starter in the pen. They don't stay sharp from lack of use.
You know, you talked about the difference in both leagues. In the National League, you use your bullpen a lot more because of the fact that the pitcher has to hit and you got the double switch. So it's a little harder, believe it or not, in the American League for a manager to work his bullpen and keep people sharp.
3-1 on Granderson. That ball kissed in a deep right center field. Racing back is Kotze. Gone. Granderson, his 3rd home run of this postseason, and what a big one that one is. The spread goes from 2 to 3.
Well, you watch how quick this kid's swing is. You're talking about a guy who's really maturing right before our eyes. 174 strikeouts during the year. Watch how quick that hands are through the hitting zone. And that's some good pop. 19 home runs during the regular season, 3 in the postseason. He struck out 1 time in the postseason, 174 during the year. Turned himself into a pretty good player.
Neifi Perez with a 1-0 count. Foul out of play.
This kid's a star in the making right here. Bright, funny, smart kid. Double major at the University of Illinois in Chicago.
That grew up on the south side of Chicago as a White Sox fan.
Good-looking young man.
Yep.
He's got it all going for him, and he is one of those guys that they talked about. I said, come on, he struck out 174 times, and they said, you know what? He's not one of those guys that just strikes out and goes and sits down. It bothers him. He knows he's going to get better. We threw him in a leadoff role. He's not necessarily a leadoff hitter. We hope he grows into one. The strikeouts will go down, and the hits will go up.
And let's not forget the great job he's done in that big ballpark in center field.
He can go get him.
1-1 to count on Neifi Perez. And it's in the air left field. Should be the first out of the inning, and it is. Well, fellas say, look, this game's not over. But, you know, a lot of us didn't have a chance to see the Tigers play much during this regular season. I mean, you'd look in the box score every day or jump online at night, and you knew they were winning night after night after night after night. After starting the year at 7-7, Jim Leyland rips into his team, lets him have it. They become the best team in Major League Baseball until Polanco got hurt and they drifted near the end. But after watching them again here in back-to-back games so far, this is a really impressive club. They can hit. They've got dynamite pitching. And you talk about power arms in that bullpen. Very, very impressive.
And power out of that bullpen wins in postseason. Bats are a little more tired. You've done a little more traveling. You're a little more nicked up. Your legs are not sprite. They're a little heavier.
Speak for yourself, all nicked up over there with your head the way it is.
And all of a sudden, you got to face these young men coming out of that bullpen throwing the ball 96, 97, 98, and 100 miles an hour. And a crafty veteran like Jones closing ball games. It's a tough assignment. You're really shortening the ball game.
Well, you rode that train back in 1990. In fact, won the final 2 games of the World Series in this very ballpark, sweeping the heavily favored Oakland Athletics.
It was called simply the Nasty Boys.
Norm Charlton, Rob Dibble, Randall Kirk Myers.
And let's not forget Jose Rijo either.
Oh, no. He was the MVP. I love the story you told earlier today about taking Tom Browning out of Game 3 here in Oakland after giving up a couple of home runs.
Yeah, he wasn't too pleased. I said, Tom, just give me the ball and go have a beer. What we got coming out of that bullpen, this one's over.
Oh, and you can turn a 9-inning game into a 7-inning game.
On the ground. And that'll end the inning. But Street gives up the home run to Granderson. And Leland going to let him know that Todd Jones is coming from the pen.
Todd Jones.
Oakland Athletics come to bat here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. They trailed the Detroit Tigers 8-5. They're down in this series 1-0. And now on a pitch. He saved 37 games during the regular season. Todd Jones.
Second tour of duty with the Detroit Tigers. Played for them in a couple of lean years, went away, and now came back when it means something.
Well, a younger Todd Jones threw harder, but this older guy knows how to pitch.
0-1 account. Marco Scutaro to start things. Adam Melhuse has moved into the on-deck circle and would bat for Jimenez. And then back to the leadoff man, Jason Kendall.
I want to know what kind of gum Jones is chewing, because he's certainly enjoying it.
Jones blew 6 saves during the regular season. He's ahead 1-2 on Scutaro. Verlander in line for the win. 5 1/3 innings. Good innings, not great innings. 7 hits, gave up 4 runs. Kenny Rogers will get the ball in Game 3 at Comerica Park on Friday night. And Rich Harden, the enormously talented young Oakland right-hander who's been hurt almost the entire season. Of course, the Athletics huddled 10 members of their brain trust together before this series began to try and decide whether it would be Esteban Loaiza or Rich Harden to start this game, too. The vote wound up 5-5 as Scutaro has gone looking to begin the ninth. Tonight's Chevrolet player of the game, Alexis Gomez. The Tigers depending on Alexis Gomez tonight. And you can log on to worldseries.com/Fox Sports and vote for your most dependable player on the postseason. Plus a chance to win Chevy's most dependable truck, the all-new Silverado. Adam Melhuse to bat for D'Angelo Jimenez. In there, strike. Verlander in line to pick up his first postseason win, and this is his first postseason. A no decision in that Game 2 divisional series start over the Yankees. But the bottom line is, both games Verlander has started, the Tigers are trying to turn into wins.
Well, tonight he didn't have his best stuff, but the Detroit hitters did their job.
Brought it up earlier, going back to 1985 with a best-of-7 LCS. Melhuse shoots one foul. 8 times the home team lost the first 2 games of an LCS. Not one came back to win the series. Not one. But who would have thought when the Red Sox were down 3-0 against the Yankees that they would come back and win 4 in a row. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series coming your way tomorrow night. 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. 5 straight Oakland Athletics have struck out. That ties a league championship series record. And make it 6.
Well, that's about 13 strikeouts tonight for the Detroit Tiger pitching staff.
Like you said, Jones doesn't throw as hard as he used to, but he's just so much a better pitcher now than he was when he was younger. Most experienced pitchers learn that you don't have to throw it all that hard, and you can still get some guys out. There's a lot of guys on this staff that throw it really hard. Jones isn't one of them. He is.
0-1 to count on Kendall. 13 of the 26 outs recorded by Tiger pitching have been strikeouts. Soft liner into right field finds a hole. Boy, that's why that run in the top of the 9th inning was such a huge run for the Tigers. Because the A's, with a 2-run spread, the proverbial bloop and a blast from tying it.
Now, those tack-on runs late in the ball game are huge.
The A's came back to win 48 times this season. Third most come from behind wins in all of baseball, behind only Minnesota and the Yankees. And they're down 3 and they're down to their final out.
And Kotsay needs to act like a leadoff hitter here. You got to get Milton Bradley, who's having an outstanding day, to the plate. Home run right here for the A's doesn't really help you all that much. You need a home run when it's going to tie or put you ahead in a ball game. He needs to just get on base, get Bradley to the plate.
2-0. Lou, if you're the manager, he's taken twice here. Yay or nay?
I agree. He's got to get on base. You need to get the tying run up to the plate. Now, the other thing, the base runner, Kendall, should have stolen second base. They're not holding him on. And the reason I say it negates the force play at second base.
They were nowhere near Kendall. And Kendall can run.
Kotsay was taken twice all the way. Well, we know Kendall will start now. Kotsay's been on base 3 times. A pair of doubles, a walk, and a run. Pair of runs scored. Jones trying to put it away. And Kotsay fouls it off to stay alive. Can the Athletics get Milton Bradley to the plate? He stands in the on-deck circle with 3 hits, 2 of them home runs. He would be the tying run. Served out of play.
Now, this is the kind of at-bat that you look for and would expect out of Kotsay at the plate. Battling, doing his best to try to do anything he can to get on base. Work the count full, fouling pitches off. Trying to look for a mistake from Jones.
Yeah, that pitch there was in a perfect location. He just slapped it foul into the stands.
Three and 2 to Kotsay. And a little flare into left center field, and Bradley will bat. Representing the tying run. Bradley had an RBI single in the first inning, then came to bat with a man aboard in the third. Home run to right center field off Verlander. Then in the seventh, from the right side, home run against Ledesma. Can Bradley pull the hat trick here in the bottom of the ninth? Bradley has never had a 3-homer game. Tonight wouldn't be a bad time to.
Well, he's going to be trying.
These fans are all up in their seats.
And a soft liner over the mound. This could be a hit throw, not in time.
Well, the A's got the guy they want up, and it was a better matchup for Big Thomas than with a guy like Zumaya or Rodney to throw harder.
Any of the power pitchers. Frank, now late in his career, has become a dead pull hitter. He's going to be looking for something middle in. People try to get him out inside. If you miss, 39 homers on the year.
Bases loaded. Thomas looks at a strike. Frank Thomas is the winning run. With the sacks juiced here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Kendall, Kotze, Bradley. 3 consecutive singles after the first 2 were retired. Breaking ball away, and Pudge Rodriguez smothering that pitch.
Thomas said this has been his most fun season he's ever had because of the fans here in Oakland. He went a month and a half and he was hitting $190. They stayed with him, and then when he turned it on, they rode his coattails.
One of those walk-off home runs this season. Frank Thomas, here in the bottom of the ninth inning. His career resurrected in 2006 after 2 injury-plagued seasons. What a moment for Thomas here in the bottom of the ninth. High fly ball. Outfield very deep, but Granderson charging hard, and the Tigers nail it down. And they've come to Oakland in this league championship series and won the first 2 games on enemy turf.
Boy, that shows you how this game is. I mean, you talk about a game of inches. Forget about that. This is a great swing that Frank Thomas put on this swing. Boy, about a quarter of an inch away from hitting it a mile. Pops it straight up. Oh.
And it was a good pitch to hit for Frank, too.
Everything right there, puts a great swing on it, just doesn't square it up. The difference between a harmless fly ball that gives one team a win and a ball that might have still be going if he hit it and would have been a grand slam and won the game for the Athletics.